Yo, it's JSF. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's doing all right. And I wasn't gonna make this video. I was not like planning to make this video or anything, but I ran into a Melia player, and I play Chip, if you guys don't know. And when you play Chip, you just die sometimes. You explode, you know? His health is mad low. Sometimes you just get hit and you explode, you know? Or you get mixed a couple of times and that's that. But like, as I got mixed by this Melia player, I realized, I'm like, wait, these aren't even mix-ups. Like, these are just gimmicks. Like, this is just... like, this is not real at all. This is not real pressure. So, and this is something I've thought about doing before, but I wonder how many people know the difference, right, between like a mix-up, a 50-50, and a gimmick. Why I call some things gimmicks, because they're not really real. It's not real tech. And once you know what it is, you'll never get hit by it again, theoretically, right? We're all human, you know, sometimes we get caught slipping. But in theory, when something's a gimmick and you know the gimmick, it won't work against you, right? A mix-up is an actual mix-up. It's, you know, it's, you get mixed and you get hit. A 50-50 is an actual 50-50. So I wanted to go over some examples of each of these and kind of show them in the game. So first of all, I have Anji Mito here. Anji has the most obvious and clear-cut gimmick in the game. It's the most in. I'm at the point now where if I run into an Anji player that does this, I just don't want to play him anymore because it doesn't do anything for me. Like, it's like, oh, that's how you trying to win. It's a gimmick. It's not a mix-up. And I'll explain. So Anji has this move called Fusion, right? And I made a video about Fusion itself from the beta, and that video still applies. So if you're having a hard time blocking the Fusion quote-unquote mix, even though it's not any mix, if you're having a hard time with that, I definitely did a video about it. Check it out. But yeah, obviously he does Fusion. It's like a Rekka to command. He can go into a low. He can go into an overhead. He can go into a hop, at which he can then go into throw. Then he can go into this and be safe. This is the completely safe option, maybe slightly plus, maybe. But yeah, those are all the options on Fusion. Now, the problem with it is, if you look at the low, right? The low is obviously very fast, and you can kind of stagger it. But the overhead's extremely slow no matter what you do. The hop is slow no matter what you do. So they're all reactable, right? The low is not reactable at all. But you can just block low. You can fuzzy. Just block low, and then after that, you can react to anything else, right? Also, even aside from that, the other reason why I say, like, there's not even any mix-up here. Right? Now, Melia's not blocking here, but if I could set her to jump and hold up back here, it'll smoke every one of these, right? You can jump out of it, except the low, right? Now, if they delay the low, they can get you for jumping, but you don't get anything off the low. And obviously, if you miss time it, there's that. You don't get anything off the low unless you have meter, right? So it's still not scary. You're not even getting mixed. As soon as he does Fusion, you can literally just jump backwards majority of the time. Or if you're confident in your ability to just watch the move and react, you can do that, and you can punish him for trying to go for the overhead, punish him for trying to go for the hop. It's not, he's not mixing here. There's no mix here. Now I also want to talk about Melia, because Melia gets away with murder because a lot of us just don't know, right? Now she does have some stuff like, that's actually pretty good. She's actually got some stuff, right? Some of the stuff where she knocks you down, puts a disc on you, some of that stuff is real. But a lot of it is fake. And what you'll see is, You'll see, hold on. You'll see a lot of Melia players. What the hell did I just do? You'll see a lot of Melia players just do like block string. They'll do like block string into disc or something, right? Something like this. Into that, right? Now that is very unsafe. Like, this move, light disc or slash version of her disc, is like -15 or something. It's very punishable in this game. Don't let her do this and then keep pressing buttons. If you block this, the fast disc is very unsafe. If she does a block string into this, look how long it takes before Anji actually blocks anything. That entire time, he can be doing whatever he wants to do. You do not have to block this ever, right? And the thing is, once you start you jump out of this and punish her, you punish this on block, it's a very reactable situation. Because if you're just blocking normally, you'll block this naturally. But you'll have time to realize this isn't real and jump out of it and punish her. By the time you start doing that, she'll start going into other moves on block. She'll go into other moves on block like this, which is very unsafe. This move is extremely unsafe and it doesn't push back or anything. So if she's ending block strings and that's punishable. And then you'll go, damn, well, like what else can she do, right? She'll have to get creative and find other moves to in her block strings in, right? So then she'll go into stuff like this, like trying to get a reset off, get a throw off, and once you know that's what she's doing, you can mash out of it, you can do whatever you got to do to her, right? So you don't have to get mixed by this character like that. I'm not saying Milia doesn't have any real mix-ups, because she does, but I'm saying she has gimmicks too, and Milia players play 80,000 miles an hour as it is. So like don't get hit with the bullshit. Especially when you got to deal with the real mix. Don't get hit by the fake mix and the real mix, because then it's too much work, right? That's way too much work. Like, you don't need to get hit by all of that. There are a couple of characters I do want to talk about though that have some more real mix-ups in a different sense, and 50-50s. And I actually forgot to add. Whoa, not Ramathon. There we go. Good old Leo Whitefang in this tag. Leo Whitefang in this thing. So I want to talk about these two characters. We've seen complete gimmicks. We've seen gimmicks and mix-ups. So I want to talk about the character that I guess you could say has gimmicks and mix-ups. But the reason his mix-ups are so scary is because he has real mix-ups. Now, we all know about Leo's run-through, right? The cross-up. Obviously, there's a version where he doesn't cross up. He doesn't go that far. Then a version where he does. Kind of reactable, kind of hard to do. Not that many people do it. Then we know about his back turn stance. You know what I mean? He's got his lows, which you obviously can't react to super fast. You know, he's got his overhead, which is you would say is reactable, right? You can block that on reaction, but at the same time, he has his command grab, right? And this is where it gets tricky, because he has his command grab, but he can also still do the run through, right? Even in back turn stance, he can still do the run through. And not to mention, he can just dash through you, right? So even though Leo, you would say, oh, his overhead, you know, it's reactable. I'll just block low and wait for the overhead. Well, you can't, because then you get scooped, right? And then if you want to say, okay, cool. Well, I'll block low, I'll react to the overhead, react to the command grab, you know what I mean? I'll jump out or something. Then you get hit with this. And everything leads to a combo, and it kind of loops into itself. This is why Leo's mix is real legitimate mix. And this is not even talking about the other moves and whatnot he has, the things he has when he's not in back turn. This is a legitimate mix-up, and his parry as well, so you got to be careful about mashing. In this case, it's a mix-up differently, because it isn't just an overhead low mix-up. It's a mix-up because he has so many different options, and there is not one, like with Fujin, there's one option that beats 3 out of 4 options, and the other option is low reward, right? In this situation, there is no one thing you can do, like, oh, I'll just hold up and I'll beat all his options. No, you'll get hit. I'll just block low, then you'll get hit. I'll just block overhead, then you'll get hit. Like, there's no safe option to just get out of Leo's mix. So it's real legitimate mix-ups. It's not like a 50-50, but it's RPS. You gotta guess to some degree, or you gotta burst, or you gotta YRC. You know what I mean? There's a way you got to get out of it. So that mix-up is very, very real. Leo players, the gimmick of Leo players is just doing this doing this in neutral. That's a gimmick. Like, just doing run through raw and neutral is a whole ass gimmick. But when you get a hit and get in back turn stance, this is party time. Like, cause then it's really like, holy shit, I gotta guess if he gets near me, I gotta guess. And again, remember, if you get knocked down, or even if you're not knocked down, but you can mash and hit him out of this, but still, he can knock you down, dash backward, forward, back, just to, you know what I mean? Play with your mind even more. So his mix-up is terrifying. The last character I want to talk about is Ino. We all know Ino's a mix-up character. She's got an amazing fireball that she puts out, boom, and does all that shit. But Ino has true 50-50s. She does. There are situations like where I can just, because her air dash or her ground dash puts her in the air, right? She has a Morgan dash. So her ground dash puts her in the air. her grounded dash leads to overheads. You can do very low overheads. You can do more overheads. You know what I mean? Y'all know the vibes. That you see this a lot. And you can mash out of this even on hit because, it's pretty absurd. But the thing is, she can do something like this or something like this or something. Like, look how low this overhead is. If I can do it, you can literally get this overhead to basically hit him damn near in the leg, right? Or do that. And this is something, especially if you're blocking something. Like, if I imagine I have a fireball on the screen, right? You're blocking something. I come air dash, hit you here. That's an overhead. Go into a combo, or I go into the low and into a combo. That is not something you can visually confirm and react to. You're literally guessing. If I can, I want to show it, but I don't play, like something like that, right? Or you can go, well, I go overhead, or I go overhead low. Like, these are actual guessing games. This is she's one of the few characters with straight up 50-50 mind games. Like, not even mind games, 50-50 mix-ups. Like, this is a straight up, is it a low, is it an overhead? I have no idea. Now, if done correctly, right? This is not always going to be done correctly. Some people are going to do it way too high. Some people are going to do heavy slash, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're going to do fucking dive kick stuff. Like, they're going to do other things. But my point is, she's one of the few characters, if not only characters, I don't know about everybody else, who can straight up legitimately 50-50 you, especially if she has shit on the screen, because then it's even harder to see, right? That's why I was like doing fireball. I was doing fireball RC. Because where am I at, right? When that fireball is going off, you really can't see shit. Right? And another thing is, if you FD, if you faultless defense, like to push her away, that makes it even harder for you to see what's going on. And that opens up the empty jump low, right? Not to mention, she can do something like, you know what I mean? She has a command grab super. I did the setup wrong, but she has a command grab super. And after the screen flashes, you're fucked. Like, after she does the super, you can't jump out. It isn't like, it ain't like Street Fighter where you see the screen flash. Oh, bet, let me hold up. No, you've already been scooped. You've already been scooped, my friend. It's too late. And it does a ton of damage. So anyway, Ino is one of the true 50-50 characters in this game. Surprisingly, I don't think there are many situations, especially meterlessly, where you can just really 50-50. But that would be the difference, right? The 50-50 being, all right, I'm about to get hit. Is it a low or is it an overhead? My eyes will not help me here. That is a 50-50. Is a low or is it an overhead? And I mean, 50-50 can be different, right? There are other ways to have 50-50. You can technically have strike throw 50-50, but this is just a straight up character she's going to 50-50 you like good luck, which is why I'll never understand why people say Ino is bad, because she has some of the best mix-ups in the game. She has one of the best fireballs, if not the best fireball in the game. She's got chemical love, she's got good neutral tools, she's got good mobility. Even if you don't love her dash, she's got really good mobility. If you use the dives appropriately, they can be really good. But anyway, this is not an Ino video. I just wanted to talk about mix-ups, 50-50s, gimmicks, the difference. I think a lot of people don't know the difference, and I will always call out gimmicks when I see them, or say, that looks like a gimmick, or is that real, is that fake? So if you ever hear me say something's fake, something's not real, not a mix-up, not tech, this is what I'm talking about. But yeah, other than that, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Comment, subscribe, like if y'all enjoyed the content, and have a good one. JSF, I'm outie. Peace.